Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new, and today is vlog 25 of vlogging every day for 30 days. So we are almost done with this whole 30 days vlogging, but I've decided to continue to vlog every day. I'm gonna vlog every day until I get monetized. So that is actually what the plan is gonna be. And I think I'm gonna try a different upload time for this vlog. I'm gonna schedule it for later tonight. I think I'm gonna try for like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I'm probably gonna do 8 p.m. We're gonna see how 8 p.m. works. We're gonna try something different the next day. So we're gonna just try different times of uploading, because recently I've been uploading between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm getting like maybe 20 to 30 views on my recent videos, and we need to try something different. So that's what we're going to do. And for today, we don't have much to do today because we're going to work and it's already 3:30. I actually woke up a little bit later than normal because of because of this morning at work. We didn't get off work until 5:15. And we haven't, since I've started that shift the past, I guess, month or few weeks, we haven't been working till 5:15. We don't even work till 4:15. We leave at 3:15. I asked the manager yesterday, I'm like, so what's up? Why are we staying till 5:15? What's going on? And he's like, oh, because they're shorthanded. Only 8 people showed up for work. 8 people showed up for work on that shift. So I was like, okay, whatever. What I'm really thinking that they're trying to do is that they're trying to see who's going to actually stay and work, or who's going to like actually leave. I don't know. Maybe they're cutting back on employees. I don't know. It's always something going on with them. We're going to go ahead and get into this vlog. It's mostly going to be about books. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that. It's going to be about books. And I have quite a few books that actually I started but never finished. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm also going to talk about my 2 current books that I am reading. I'm so excited for. These are the 2 books that I'm in the middle of. I just started this one this morning. Or to me it's morning. This afternoon I started this one. But this one I read a lot last night. So I was on my break and stuff. I'm on page 275, chapter 32. And this is part 2 of the book. It is getting so good. Getting so good. Like, there's how many pages? 400 and something. It is 455. So less than 200 pages left in this book. Hopefully I plan to finish it this week. And then today I started Twisted Love by Anna Huang. And oh my gosh. I'm already on chapter 5, page 36. It is so good. It is so good. Like, these 2 characters, Alex and Ava. Alex is something else, and and Ava is such a sweetheart so far. So yeah, basically we're getting to know the 2 characters pretty much in the beginning. There's not much to say about it. I'm liking their chemistry between each other. It's so funny. He don't like her, and I mean, okay, so the guy is best friends of the brother. And then, okay, these are the books that I have started but I have not finished. I got like 2 nonfiction, 2 regular. So we will go ahead and talk about these books. So does anyone ever talk about Danielle Steele anymore? I don't ever hear no one talk about Danielle Steele. I'm on page 34. These are long chapters. That's the first chapter. I'm still in the first chapter. They are long chapters. I will say that. When I went to prison back in 2003, just to let you guys know, yes, I went to prison for 5 years on my first arrest. It's a whole situation. But anyway, I got into reading Danielle Steele. I've read a lot while I was gone, and it just helped to, escape, of course. It helped to deal with what was going on. And there was a lot of Danielle Steele running around. Like, everybody in there was reading Danielle Steele. So I would get my mom to order me some books off of the, you could order books in there back then. I don't know how it is now because, of course, like I said, I ain't been in trouble since 2003. But anyway, sorry, I get a little angry about when I talk about this subject, but trying to get over it. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully I can help other women, other people to stay away from being involved with people that are doing things that or that you know is wrong. And like, if you feel like you are trapped, or if you feel that there's no way out or anything like that, ask for help. Please ask for help. I felt like I was trapped. I felt like I had no one else to help me get out of that situation that I was in. So definitely, I say ask for help. I would ask my mom to buy me a lot of the books, because you could buy books in, like, off of the Barnes and Noble website or whatever it was, like from a bookstore. You could buy books from a bookstore online and then have them shipped to the jail, or have them shipped to prison or whatever and stuff like that. Like, you could have them sent in your packages. I forgot like how many per week or per month or whatever the case was, but I had a lot sent to me. And also, when you go to prison, the prison I went to, they had a library. So we had books for days. We had tons and tons and tons of books. I read a lot. Like I said, I read a lot while I was in there. But back to reading Daniel Steele. This is Mixed Blessings. And I pretty much forgot everything that happened in beginning of the first chapter. I think these books are really fun, though. I mean, it says, after the wedding of Diana Good and Andrew Douglas, Diana teases that she will make a baby on their honeymoon, but long afterward, she is still not pregnant. As Diana and Andrew wait out each month, only to be bitterly disappointed, they are forced to question just how much they are willing to go through to have a baby. I remember some of these books, I think, made me cry. Like, some of her books, they were very, very bingeable. And then the next book, A Little Life. Yes, I started it. I am on part 2, The Postman. Now, the reason why I stopped, this is page 97, is the beginning of part 2, The Postman. Now, the reason why I did start putting some post-it notes and stuff like that in here, I didn't like put the tabs on yet, but I did some annotating. I did some writing on the margins. I got, like I said, sticky notes, my thoughts so far on this book. Like, I remember bits and pieces. I might have to reread this. I know this book is a sad book. I know that. A lot of people cry. A lot of people just say, don't read it until you're mentally stable to read it. So you see where my mental state was. And I started this a long time ago. Like, a long time ago. So when I got through that first part of it, I had put it down. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it yet. All right, the 2 nonfiction books that I started, and I read these, like I say, every now and then. This is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This copy was gifted to me from, who was this from? Bobby. Oh no, he had a monkey. I was waitressing and we were talking about books, and he was like, oh, I will definitely, pick you up that book or whatever. I was like, okay, thanks. But I did a lot of highlighting in this book, and I'm on page 82, chapter 7. But Think and Grow Rich. So, I mean, this is the kind of book that you read over and over again, and you just like study it. And The Secret of Mental Power. Still reading that one. I think this is the same thing, like, a lot of the books like that are the nonfiction. This is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. I am actually on page, okay, so, oh my goodness, I'm only on page 15, 14. I've done a lot of highlighting, annotating. I'm on the second law, which is never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. I mean, it's got like really good, some good information in here. And, Keys to power. Everyone has insecurities. When you show yourself in the world and display your talents, you naturally stir up all kinds of resentment, envy, and other manifestations of insecurity. This is to be expected. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others with those above you. However, you must take a different approach. When it comes to power, outshining the master is perhaps the worst mistake of all. It says this law involves two rules that you must realize. First, you can inadvertently outshine a master simply by being yourself. And then the second is never imagine that because the master loves you, you could do anything you want. Remember the following. Never take your position for granted and never let any favors you receive go to your head. Knowing the dangers of outshining your master, you can turn this law to your advantage. First, you must flatter and puff up your master. Overt flattery can be effective but has its limits. It is too direct and obvious and looks bad to other courtiers. Discreet flattery is much more powerful. Imagine the stars in the sky. There can be only one sun at a time. Never obscure the sunlight or rival the sun's brilliance. Rather, fade into the sky and find ways to heighten the master star's intensity. So, I need to get back into reading this. I really enjoy a lot of nonfiction books. I need to get back into it. I have to at least start making some reading goals per day, which I think I'm going to do. So even if I read say 5 page, a chapter or 10 pages of a book of a nonfiction book every day, I can do it. I think I just need to set goals, like reading goals of the book that I'm planning on reading. And I definitely want to finish the books that I've started already, which are all of these. Those are my plans. But like I said, I think I might have to reread this one all over again. I don't know. I mean, I remember some things about it already in the first part. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to just do a reread of part 1. Okay, what else are we going to talk about, you guys? Because now I have to do some planning. I'm going to plan out my reading goals, and I think I'm going to do that. I don't know. And then it's I don't know if I want to write it down or if I'm going to use my iPad. I actually might do both. I might put it on my iPad, and then I might write it down on physical paper, like in a journal. So I have a reading journal over here that I've started before but never finished. This is the reading journal. This is what it looks like. And I used to, you can see, I've gotten some bits and pieces. Started it, didn't finish, started, didn't finish, and then stopped here. And this was actually probably October. Sometime during Halloween, pretty much. Where I put all these little things on there. So maybe I need to put a spooky TBR list or something in here. But I had a banned books list because I really like reading classics. That's another thing that I want to read more of. And I had a books read, and actually this was in 2022. This was my little bookshelf I had. And I color coded it by the books that I owned, ebooks, library book, and audiobook. Which I didn't have no audiobooks, I don't think, on here that I listened to. I'm not a real big audiobook listener. I think a lot of times I don't focus well when I'm listening to an audiobook because my mind will start wandering elsewhere if I'm listening to it. If I'm reading it, I'm more focused. So I think that's the difference with why I don't like audiobooks as much. And like I say, don't get me wrong, I've tried it several times. Because I have, I know there's audiobooks on, I think, Amazon. But I also have the Libby app where you could download audiobooks on there. I have Audible. I have that as well. I actually have some credits I haven't even used. And I think maybe I need to find a good thriller. I think a thriller I might be more interested in listening to, or finding a good narrator that will have me listening. So maybe that's the problem. If you guys know of any good audiobooks, let me know down in the comments because I will give it another try. I'm not going to give up because I love doing diamond art painting or paint by number, and maybe I can listen to an audiobook while I'm doing that. Let me know. Give me some suggestions, you guys. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.